Hi all, this is a stoplight and I am going to show you how you can design API using a stoplight. First, we have to create project in a stoplight by providing the name. So I provided name as a stoplight demo and I can create. Once it will create, it looks like this. Then I am going to create API. So I can click here and I can provide the API name. So API name can be anything like employee. I am going to create employee API. So it will ask for some advanced configuration like in which specification you want, which format you want. So I added open space API version 3 and JSON format. Okay, so I created. So it will create in this format employee.json and here. So here you can add as a server. So by default it's added a local host 3000. Okay, so local server. Here you can provide a server name. It's a local server, so that I am providing local server. Okay, so it's name a local server. Okay, from here I can add security schema like mm, what all security you want to provide and where you want to provide, what all key we have to add. So this like API key I added in API, what name we have to provide. This is the key, and where you want to add like qd header cookies. So I'm going to add in header. So it's created and here we can add contact and all. So this one is form. You can see here form code and preview. So using form we can create our API, and using code we can see in it will generate the JSON file, JSON format, where you can see information, server path, security schema and all those things. On click of preview you can see your documents, how your documents is created for that API. Okay, now I'm going to add endpoint for this API. So you here you can see a path model is there. So in the path we can add endpoint. So once I will click right click, it will show on option new path. So new path is there, API slash employee employee. So once I will enter, it will created by default as a get method. So it's a I already clicked on preview, so it's showing documents. Once I will click on form, it will show you form. So here you can provide the API name. Get employee. Okay, so here your path will be there after localhost 3000 API slash employee. Okay, this one is method. You can select any type of method like get, post, put, match, patch, delete. Okay, here operation ID you can add. Here you can add description like this. Mm, it will return one employee or list of employee. So I'm going to return list of employee. Okay, so using this you can add security header, qd pattern. So I am adding, I already created one security, so I added that security. So it's selected. Now I can add I body. So body is not required for get. So I'm going to add directly response. So response. So here I can, it's 200 response. So in that response I can add body, which kind of body. So here from here I can create object, or I can provide reference of the model. So before providing we have to create one model. So I'm going to create model from uh, model, new model, employee. So this model is created. So I'm going to add key in this model. ID is there. So I can select from here, this ID is which type, means number, integer or anything. So I selected like integer. So it's integer. Now I'm going to add another key like name. So this one will be string. Okay, it's fine. Now I'm going to add age. So this one will be number. Okay, now city, so this one will be string. Okay, from here I can provide validation which one is required and which one is optional. So I added id is required. Okay, name is required. Okay, from here I can add this description and all. Now I'm going to provide reference to this model. So this one here I have provided. Once I will type, it will give you the employee. So it, you have added only reference, so it will return only one employee. But we want list of employees, so array of employee. So it will return array of employee. Now your endpoint will get ready. So once I will click on that code, I can see all the code is created in the path. It's added API slash employee. It is a get method. Somebody I have added tags response. What all response I have added, I can add more response like 401, 400, and then description. On click of preview, it will show you the documents for that particular API. On click of try, we can try it. Means like Swagger, how we are invoking the API in the Swagger with existing application, same similar. So one click, it will show you right now some few error because we haven't started this server, but we can mock it. On click of mocking, we can enable the mock. We can set on 200 status code what it will return. So I have added example, so I cannot set. Now I can add set it dynamic, this one reach respond type. In header I have added API, so I can add any API key, dummy API key. Okay, now I can invoke. So I can see it will return list of employee. By mocking, it will return dynamically, and every time it will be different, maybe one, two, and multiple. So like that we can create. Now again we can create another endpoint by clicking new path slash API slash employee. Okay, so this one will already created, so it will tell existing. So I will provide path pattern by I will try to fetch one employee by employee ID. So employee ID I added as a path pattern. Then this one is get. Okay, so I added security some similar way. Okay, and I already added this path pattern. Now I am going to add a response. So response again, it is a single one employee because I am fetching using employee ID. Now I will click on preview. I can see this one and this one. Here in header I can add API key, and in path employee ID. Now I'm going to mock it for testing purpose. And so here it's returning employee, one single employee.